Let's talk vision boards. Hey there, my name's Kayla Sharee, and I'm going to help you create the vision board that's going to change your life. I created this 5-year vision board in 2020, and I'm not even joking. Less than a year later, a lot of these things manifested into my life. But now some of my visions have changed, and so has my vision board. So if you want to learn how to make one too, just keep on watching. So in December 2020, I was determined to change my life. It was like I had a fire lit under my ass. I had quit a nicotine addiction. I was mid-spiritual awakening. I had started a side hustle, and I was like, I'm changing my life for the better. So I went to Kroger, got a whole bunch of supplies, a bottle of wine, and made my boyfriend make a vision board with me. I was determined. I had bought this poster-sized vision board and filled it completely. And so much of that manifested in just a year. I actually have a YouTube short about it. You can watch it. I'll link it in the description box. And I have noticed some things about my vision board that I haven't seen a whole lot of people doing. So I decided to make this step-by-step guide on how to make the vision board that's going to actually change your life. And the crazy part is, step 6 is the one that most people skip. So if you take any tip from this, make sure you follow step 6. So step 1, you want to gather all your supplies. The first time I created my vision board, I just gathered some old magazines that I bought from the thrift store, some poster boards from Kroger, and some glue. And then I wanted specifics on my vision board, so I actually printed out specific images that I found on Google Images, which was a great way to do it, but it did use a lot of ink. And the images weren't as quality as I would have liked them to be. This time around, I found a few sites where I could find free stock images like canva.com, where you can get either a free or a premium subscription. I like the premium subscription because it gives me a lot more options when it comes to photos. And I also like Canva because you can create an 8.5 by 11 and arrange all the photos that you want just on that single sheet of paper, so you don't have to waste any paper while you're printing them out. There's also pixabay.com and pexels.com, and Pinterest has really good images as well. But this time around, I'm updating my vision board to look a little bit more intentional in my house. So I bought 14 by 22 inch poster boards to hang side by side, and I also bought the frames for them as well. Halfway through making these vision boards though, I did run out of ink, and the thrift stores around me didn't have too many magazines that I could buy. So I did find a few other options for finding vision board clip art that I'll show you later on. Step 2, you want to choose images and phrases that make you feel. I 100% want you to choose images and phrases that fit those logical long-term and short-term goals, but I also want to make sure that you're choosing images that make you feel the way you want to feel. Vision boards are all about intention and desire, so if you're adding that extra master's degree just because your parents told you you should, you might want to pay attention to that. You might just want to make sure that it's an actual desire of yours, because manifestations come in so much faster when they're aligned with our authentic desires. So we're going to need images that connect to that. I personally find that I feel more connected to images when they have specific color tones, when they have images that I connect with on a deeper level, or they have sayings that make me feel at peace or inspired, or even when the photo has some type of representation or someone that looks like me in it. That's why this time around, instead of hunting around town for random magazines I found at thrift stores, I decided to use a combination of printing my own images as well as 2 vision board books that I found on Amazon. This first one is the vision board book by Free Period Press. I love this one. The images are so glossy. Each page has a different color scheme, and there's a good mix of images and words in the whole book. I think there's like around 700 images and phrases total. It's also very diverse. There are people doing different hobbies. There are people of different nationalities and same-sex couples. The only thing that I struggled with this book was that the images go all the way to the seam, which made it a little bit difficult to cut out the pictures that were closest to the seam without tearing them. But I think this one and the next one I'm going to show you would be great if you're having a vision board night with your friends. You guys can split the images in this, and there's plenty really for more than one vision board. This other vision board book is called the Vision Board Clip Art Book for Black Women. I like this one because it's all the images that I would search for specifically on Google in just one little book. It's not glossy like the other one, but there are a lot of different images of destinations to travel. It's got a lot of different cool sayings, as well as these checks in the back that say Bank of the Universe, you know, for money manifestations and whatnot. So if you think you might want to try either of these vision board books, I'll link them in the description box below. Now, I also like the vision board book for Black women because it contains a lot of clip art that has specific words and phrases, which brings me to the next and probably most important step when creating the vision board that's going to change your life. Step 3, I want you to be specific. Now, when I say be specific, you don't have to have every dream and vision fully fleshed out, but I would recommend adding all the details that you don't really want to compromise on. I'll go into more detail on why it's important to be specific in another video, but if you can't wait, you can read on my blog about it at tendingyourtransformation.com, how to create the perfect vision board to change your life. But basically, when creating the vision board, I want you to be specific. So if you were trying to manifest a car, be specific on what type of car. What features does it have? Try adding anything that you know right now. What color do you want it to be? Make sure you add that to your board, because I've had things manifest from my vision board in the exact style that I put them on there, down to the waterfall island in my apartment right now. So it's important to have those specifics on there, especially if you already have them in mind. And an optional tip you can use for your vision board is to leave room for growth. If you don't have all those specifics in mind, something I did on my last vision board was that I had small amounts of white space left around specific images. And as I got more clear on the vision I wanted for my life, I would write in those white spaces more detail. So for example, I had an image on my vision board of a woman working at her computer, but as time went on and my vision got clearer, I realized I wanted to work from home permanently. So I just took a marker and wrote WFH to signify like work from home after making my vision board a couple months later. Now, I kid you not, I actually work from home remotely full time in another city, and I didn't even have to get a new job. So now once you have all your cutouts laid in front of you, I want you to arrange them on the board before gluing them down. I personally like to cleanse my space before doing this with some incense or some Palo Santo, and then I like to arrange my cutouts into sections to make sure they all fit. In my first vision board, it was meant to span 5 years, so I would put some of the things that I wanted to manifest sooner at the top and a little bit later towards the bottom of the board. But you can arrange yours in any way that you feel called. So I just wanted to show you a little bit more on how I styled my vision boards. There's Cleo and Cairo. Okay, so this first vision board is more of my traditional style vision board. It's got all my specifics, my numbers, my goals for myself, whether they're for me or my brand. And then this second vision board is more of a mood board, with all the images and stuff that I found in the vision board book and online that just really resonated with me and spoke to my soul. So I have the combination of the mood and the goal together, so that together these subconsciously work with my brain and give me the results that I want. Also, I don't want you to rush this process. My last vision board actually took me a couple days to put together fully. Then once you get a good picture of where you want all your cutouts to go, I want you to seal the deal. Make sure you glue them down on your board. I use traditional Elmer's glue because glue sticks drive me crazy, and I find that they really don't last that long. This time around, I didn't use too much glue because I knew I was going to put them in frames. But this is the part where you really want to enjoy the process. You really want to get excited and imagine your dreams coming in. Connect to the images of your future that you've gathered all in one place, and really just have fun with it. Make it light and easy, the way you want your manifestations to come in. And then you're on to the next step, and probably the most important step in making sure your vision board helps you change your life. Step 6, the most important part of making a vision board that's going to change your life for the better. I want you to hang your vision board in a place where you can see it every day. I know that some people don't like to do this step because it messes with their decor. They don't want to hang it on their wall because they think it's ugly. That's why the trend of like virtual vision boards, or the ones you make on Canva, the ones you put as your phone wallpaper, have become very trendy. This part of hanging it in a place where you can see it every day is actually essential, because manifestation is partially about priming your subconscious to get ready to receive what you want to come into your life. So one of the best ways to do that is to place it in a place where you spend the most time, where you can glance at it, walk past it, and let your subconscious mind do the work. Because just seeing it, even if it's just out of your peripheral vision, will remind your subconscious mind that yes, this is what I want, and it's becoming more and more familiar to me because I'm seeing it every day. Hanging it somewhere you can see every day normalizes it for you. That's why this time around I bought frames for mine, so I could make it look a little bit more done up, but I could also hang it in a place where I can see every day, and it still blends in with my room decor. I hope this step-by-step guide helps you create the vision board that actually changes your life. I would love to see yours. So if you do decide to make one using these tips, you can tag me on social media or you can comment below. I'm really glad that I get to help you on this journey. And you can check out my other videos for more manifestation content. And as always, I'm sending love and healing your way. Bye.